First up, we have approval of minutes from November 28th, 2022 meeting, which should be printed out amazingly. Thank you, Joy, for that.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome.
Do I have a second to approve the minutes?
I
Or you
would like to make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
I approve, yes. All right. Youth council report.
Yes. So a couple of things besides having a bustling caseload as usual and just the normal holiday stress and anxiety and stuff going on with kids. We formed a kind of a subcommittee in the town to, and when I say we, I mean the health director, this town nurse, Sue Giselle, somebody just joined us today, and now I'm forgetting her name, and people from the police and fire, EMTs, to talk about the opioid abatement funds that the town's going to be getting. And so we've had several people present their ideas and what they can offer us in terms of services. And we're going to be reporting to the selectmen sometime in January, once we have kind of a comprehensive plan going forward. And then there'll be money every year, not as much as this year, but every year for, I think it's 10 years or something like that. Plus there's 2 other lawsuits still pending with drug companies. So I think towns are going to be getting quite a lot of money across the country, so that were affected especially by it. And the other thing is that the Barnstable County Substance Addiction Council is coming out with their second sort of countywide assessment of what is spent on substance use and addiction and treatment, harms reduction, prevention, recovery. I cannot give any of the figures now because it hasn't gone public. It's about to, but we have a lot of work to do on prevention still. So, and that's another thing that we've been talking about in the opioid abatement meetings is there seems to be a really a consensus about how prevention is so important.
So will some of those funds be able to be used to build understanding for the high school kids and the middle school kids?
Yeah,
Okay.
the wellness department is is meeting about maybe programming that they isn't in their budget, that they might be able to do that's new and exciting, and also that Save a Life tour, the simulators. I'm requesting $3,400 for that as well to the selectmen January 3rd. So
that'll be springtime?
yeah, they're going to actually, if they do it, it's scheduled a week before prom, which
Perfect.
is the Monday before prom. Yeah, so, and just juniors and seniors. So, because last year for some reason 8th graders were in there and we had no idea why. Just something to do at the end of last period.
Oh.
So, yeah. So that's all I have.
All right, planning for our January middle school social with laser tag.
Nice flyer, by the way, Miss Jordan.
Oh, I forgot to print that out.
It's
I did
really nice.
Open it up so we can.
Nice, fancy.
Graphic.
I think I actually saw it
Oh, that's
maybe in the at O'Shea's. Did you send it to him yet?
I don't think have you shared it out with anybody yet?
Not
Oh,
yet.
wait, I'm making it up then.
Looks perfect.
I know. It's very exciting. And
Show the camera.
Well, it looks familiar and lovely.
Well, it is a Canva template, so someone else could
Okay.
very easily have adapted the same template. And if that's confusing, we can come up with something else.
so it's Friday, January 20th at the Community Center in Harwich. We got the laser tag guys from Amazing Gaiman. I think the rec is going to fund that. And We should talk about pizza because we keep missing or forgetting to call Knockout, because don't they want to help us?
They did, but right now, they are closed indefinitely
Oh.
because they lost.
So much staff.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it's just awful out there. Yeah, it is. All right, well, we can, Shaw's, the pizza is not only really good, but it's very inexpensive, and I think I can get it for half price,
Right.
because I have my,
I'll still reach out to Mike though.
Okay.
And just see if like he wants to open her up for an afternoon and
okay.
maybe do us a solid, but I'll do that as soon as possible so I can let you know.
I think that Sharon Stark at Chatham Rec is going to do snacks, because we did snacks last time. I think we brought down a bunch of snacks, and they had some too, and a lot of stuff never got eaten. And then don't we do the big water jugs? Yeah,
We did.
from,
Yeah.
I think Eric has 2 or 3 of those.
We filled them up.
Yep.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did,
Can't
we
do
did, we
plastic
did like a
water
Right.
juice and then we have bottles of water too, that they have like extra of that I use to fill the cups.
Yeah. Okay. What are we missing? There'll be an arts and crafts room. I have lots of stuff we can use for that. And with the rooms we have the use of are the gym for the laser tag. He's actually going to bring 2 extra taggers, they call them, because they're anticipating, remember the lines for the last one? Yeah. To have more kids be able to go in. And we'll have the kids sign in at both doors, like the side door, and get National Honor Society kids. Who's the person now?
Mary
It's
Hemmings.
Mary Hemming is still?
I can
okay.
talk to her if you want. I'm in.
Okay,
NHS.
could you? That would be great. And Betsy, does she do Interact? Yeah, those kids are, and it's a kind of a slow time, I think, so, yeah.
Will the game room be open?
The game room will be open. The only thing we have to have the kids, be a little respectful about is that those last 2 classrooms, 3 and 4, there's a 12-step meeting on one side and something on the other. So we'll have to set up chairs or something and a sign and have them not go back to that
Yeah.
end.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We can
yeah,
just put a table there.
yeah.
Is that's on the gym side, not the?
Yeah, on the gym
okay.
side, yeah. I don't think we have no access to the COA, and I think we might have access to what used to be called the playroom, but now it's called something else. I can't remember what. But we have to do all the food in the multi-purpose room,
Right.
because they don't want it, being
We'll use
carried.
the cafeteria.
Yeah, we can use that,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
That's the multi-purpose room,
Yeah.
right?
Is it?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
Walls
With
and
the
the-
little stage
we
and
can
stuff.
put the pies in a warm oven if we want to, yeah, okay. Juice, water. Okay, all right, that's it, right?
Anything else for that? No? All right, adventure-based learning update. I had a meeting with Eric. He thought it was a fantastic idea. He's 100% behind it. He actually, when I showed him the Google images for the land, he said not only is it town land, but it's zoned for the recreation department. He mentioned that obviously we would have to go before Recreation Commission. So I am in the process of putting together a presentation for that. I will probably send it out to get some feedback from you guys, because you guys have a lot more experience in dealing with other committees and whatnot. But he thought it was a great idea, and he even said that community preservation funds, he thought that would be a slam dunk. And he said that his success rate personally was, for the rec department, was about 99.9%. And that they average about $200,000 a year in preservation funds. And so he feels like that this is a fantastic idea and has good traction, so that's where I'm at with that.
Do you have
That's
an
great.
ETA for presenting to them?
They meet the fourth Tuesday of every month,
Mm-hmm.
so,
Here?
yep. And so I was thinking that I want to try to get it to them it's the fourth Tuesday of every month, so I want to get it for, obviously not this next week, but I want to try to get them a presentation by January, end of January. I just kind of want to keep it the ball rolling.
That's great.
I was able to, and Joy actually happened to be there too, able to talk to the superintendent and the business manager. And so they were supportive, but hesitant only because it was town land, and so they felt like we needed to find out from the town rec department first before they could see it as under their umbrella, but they were supportive of it, and they felt that, you know, it was an exciting opportunity, and that if it were to be put on any of the land near the high school, then you know, one of the roles that they could play is to talk to the athletic department and see if any of the high school teachers wanted to get trained in Project Adventure, because we have the middle school teacher that's trained, but not a high school teacher. So it's exciting.
Which middle school teachers trained?
Kathy Andrews.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Yep. So I'll just keep them posted, or between Joy and I, we'll keep them posted on kind of where it's at. But they sounded excited for the possibility, but didn't think because of the land situation it came under them. It was more for the town.
Yeah. And so speaking of Kathy, you guys are probably like, ideas for spring social, we haven't even had this. So this is an idea, and I'm just kind of putting it out there. So one of my ideas is kind of, it would have to be probably a multiple day spring social. And Kathy would have to be involved. But I was thinking about if we could do it by age groups, and then kind of have maybe a sign up at the schools for the middle school kids. But kind of to get it out there more, and maybe to showcase, like, you know, this is what we're able to do on the indoor route. But to maybe have, like, you know, talk to Kathy, and if she's game to say, hey, let's maybe have the kids be able to sign up, have small groups, and have, like, whatever pamphlet comes out of, you know, or informational packet comes out of the Recreation Commission meeting, to be able to, the parents that come and they have their kids, they can even stay and watch, like, advocate for them to stay and watch the kids do this, and be like, and now this is the idea going forward, to get a base of parents behind it.
That'd be great.
And so kind of like a meeting Project Adventure, spring social, spread out, and maybe we just do 7th grade kids, or maybe just 6th grade, I'm not sure, I'm just kind of spitballing it, but to kind of promote it so it's not something that, like, the kids are like, oh, gym was cool today, we did this stuff on, and like parents go back to like, I remember having climbed the rope in gym.
Yeah.
No, like this is
Different.
now imagine this, but they get to go outside, and instead of it being 25 feet up into the gym, you're amongst all the trees and you're 40 feet up, and you're, you know, have a, you know, maybe get somebody to do some artistry, you know, like a colored pamphlet of some sort. I don't know, just something to get more of it out there, so that there's support.
They did when you were in, I don't know, 5th grade maybe?
6th grade.
6th
I
grade?
think, just because I'm thinking of the obstacle that I did when you saw me. I think it was 6th grade.
Kathy did short, like, sessions in the summer. So it was like a 3-day session, and I think she did 2 or 3 of them. And so that for 3 days they would train and work on the indoor, and then on the 4th day you went to Sandwich.
Yeah.
So we could think about, you know, that just might be a different way to, but it definitely, like, allowed the parents that signed the kids up for that to become more aware of Project Adventure and, you know, what it was about. And I went in and saw you climb something.
Yeah, the centipede.
Yeah. So, I mean, I went in and watched her do an element in Project Adventure.
What
So,
How high up is she?
But I think that's a great idea, just to get the word out there.
Yeah, and just kind of like, to be able to showcase what, like Kathy and what they have at their middle school can bring to the table, and then use that as a platform to be like, what we want the whole lunch lot. Like,
Yeah.
you know, would that be great if your kids come in high school can have access to this facility, this new facility in town?
So exciting.
You know, so that was just kind of my idea for like, you know, it's kind of social, but kind of also promotion. You know, and I'm not sure, you know, obviously that would take a big step from Kathy. You know, but obviously we're gonna have to get her involved anyways, because that's gonna be a big talking point that like, you know, hey, you're the one that's already certified, you're doing adventure-based learning already in your physical education classes. So how do you feel about, you know, this?
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know, there's a lot of things to think about, but there's a lot of opportunities.
Yeah.
Has anyone talked to her about our idea?
She never answered my emails, so I mean,
Maybe I'll try.
yeah.
Jackson's in her homeroom. I could reach out and be
Yes.
like, I'm Jackson's dad.
Totally.
She's gonna be like, oh,
Oh, that one.
geez. Oh, here she is.
I love his.
Or I could ask Nick because it's his aunt. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if he would, but
I almost, when I was pulling into soccer, she was pulling out in her Jeep. 'Cause it's
Oh,
right
yeah.
across the street, and I literally was like, hey, sorry to block you in. I was gonna ambush her in her driveway. But I mean, obviously, I think that she would be on board. You know, and we don't wanna like take away from what she has in the gym, but I feel like that this is obviously like a good addition where like, you know, it can only help. I feel
Mhm.
like, so.
I think she would be really excited about it. And because she wanted to take us to Sandwich just to give us the opportunity to be outside and do more challenging obstacles and things like that. So I think that she would think this is a great idea and she would get excited about it. Yeah.
But also, I mean, I don't want to take away from like our other types of socials, so I was just kind of, I had that idea, and so I just thought I'd add that to the agenda to kind of put it out there, just to
Yeah, I was
see what you guys
thinking
think
about
and
it,
get some
yeah.
feedback on it and stuff, so.
Yeah. Oh, I had a question, now I can't remember what it is. It'll come back. It's that time of year.
Mm.
Can I loop back to the youth council report? Is that okay? Am I gonna mess up your notes and just
I'll go back up.
add a couple of things that I forgot about that are really important? That the Harwich Children's Fund purchased coats, hats, boots, gloves, gifts for 170 Harwich kids this year, which is a huge record. When we started out doing this 4 years ago, it was 69 kids, I think. So I have one more bag to deliver.
You said 170?
170, yeah, yep. I think that having that open house for Harwich Children's Fund at the community center was really helpful during one of our monthly meetings, because we got 12 new shoppers, and including Mrs. Craig. And it just was incredible. It just cut down on the time that, you know, people had to spend, because it used to be about 10 of us doing shopping for everybody, so it was really great. And hopefully there's a picture going in the Chronicle of 4 of them that were there on Saturday. They were so cute, so.
Awesome.
The other thing is Girl Power is starting up again. And we're doing 3rd and 4th grade because the numbers were a little bit low. So that starts January 10th for 6 Thursdays. And we have a lot of really fun stuff planned. You did it, didn't you?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been around for a long time. So I've been saving addresses. I'd love to do a Girl Power reunion like afternoon sometime in the spring over at Brooks Park or something. It would be really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you say in late January it's starting?
Second Thursday of January.
And it's for 8 weeks?
6.
6 weeks.
Yeah. So I just forgot to say those. Those were kind of important.
All right, any new business?
Oh, ideas for spring social. Is that the thing you were talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I kind of parlayed the two together. But yeah, that was basically kind of like my idea for like something in the spring. But like I said, I don't want to take away from any traditional socials that we've done. But I was thinking that this would be a good vaulting off, especially it's like with town, the way town business works and the wheels, and especially when it comes to like parents and support. Like my big fear was that, like, you know, eventually this is going to come to more of a public light.
Mm-hmm.
This little thing we're creating, and it could reach like a good pitch, like come like June, but then the summer hits and it's like,
Everybody's
and
busy.
and then you almost gonna like build up the clamor again.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of want to like really plant some seeds with that kind of, you know, spring social idea of having Kathy do like, you know, small group based adventure learning for like, you know, 1, 2, depending on how many kids sign up or something like that.
Yeah.
But also like that, you know, we would probably have that be a little bit more involved with, you know, probably having to get some permission from the school and stuff like that, and obviously Kathy being on board. So.
Yeah.
But it was kind of, that was kind of the basis behind it.
We could call it sort of like a project social informational, you know, event of some kind instead of a social,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, because you know, if you know, I mean, Eric was real excited about this idea,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like you really have to be a pretty big curmudgeon to not be able to like be open enough to like see the value of it
Mm-hmm.
going forward. And like I said in our other meeting, and I said this to Eric, I was like, I feel like that this could be something that would not be a money suck for the town, that other districts and other groups would want to send their kids and adults.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, we have a large seasonal workforce that needs to become cohesive. So even if you're just doing low elements and doing team building with all the different department heads of Moquasset for the summer, they want to pay to do team building with like we could build this into more than just something for the kids. It would be something that
For the
would
community.
generate revenue for the town.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't want to like break even. I feel like that this could actually become something that the town is like, you know, hey, we're booked out a year.
Mhm.
I want it to be
Yeah.
something big. So,
Yeah.
Speaking
What?
of Aquasit, they get like 40, 50 corporate groups in the fall when their like wedding season ends, and so I'm sure like if we talk to them about recommending it to clients, I'm sure that they would send people over too.
And now that they're open year round, we're going to be, I think, starting next year. They just got permission.
Yes.
At that meeting.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they're gonna be open year round, and so they have a big hiring thing going right now. Having them on board, I mean, because that is, corporate retreats love stuff like that.
And they do so many. I mean, I don't know if you know anything about how it works there, but they like, I don't even know how they do that. All of the events they have, they'll have like 5 events in one day, and they stack them on top of each other so well that nobody even knows that they're not the only event there. Like they always have tons of people, even in the off season. Yeah.
Neat. I mean, I like where everything's, like how it's growing. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
It is. And I feel like that, I mean, eventually it's probably gonna get yanked out from here. and that's fine. I talked with Eric about this, and he kind of agreed that eventually there'll probably have to be some sort of subcommittee formed or a new committee altogether.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But if we kick the ball down the hill and it starts to gain steam, like eventually you gotta let it go, that's fine.
However it happens.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I just want to see it come to fruition. I think that's, we chatted about it for here and there.
Mhm.
So I like where it's headed.
I think it's exciting, yeah.
And he was really stoked. He was excited, so all good things.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, I'll definitely reach out to Kathy and see, what her thoughts are, maybe doing something in the spring. Are we also thinking a kickball situation?
Possibly. The only thing.
Situation.
The only thing I think we should. It sounds like sometimes it's hard with their schedules for the guys the first responders. So I was thinking of maybe getting the older kids involved with the younger kids. That like
What about the Mariners?
the
I don't
Right.
think it would work in the spring because they
Yeah.
have too many practices. But
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
no.
We should be thinking of a group though, that's older. I don't want to kick the first responders out. It's not like that, but it is hard. They never know what their schedules are going to be. So.
You could just do parents versus kids.
Oh, parents, that might be really fun.
It would keep the parents there too.
Yeah.
Well, the ones that have come kind of like each time, they and I think we did talk about this at one of the meetings, was having the kids be separate on different teams, interdispersed with the first responders.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
especially,
That'll help balance.
that'll help add some balance and will help kind of control them.
Well, and not have 40 kids waiting to kick. That's not fair to them. Yeah.
Like, there was so many last time that, I think when we did a wrap-up discussion at the following meeting, we agreed that might have to be like 2 different games,
Mm.
like 2 different times, like a
Right.
5 o'clock game and then or a 4:30 game, and then like a 5:30 game.
When do the Mariners show up to start practicing there?
May?
June, the first week in June.
When did we had the kickball thing like the 3rd weekend of May or something?
Yeah,
didn't
we did it before they came.
Okay. All right.
It might be hard to get it to work with their schedules just
Yeah.
because of how much they're practicing. But
Mhm.
I like the parents' idea,
the
or,
parents, yeah.
we could even,
What if we did teachers versus students?
ooh, you could
Because I know like when
Try.
they do the
Look at Joy.
I don't know if they're.
when they do the basketball tournament, they do like a March Madness tournament, and the teachers and the students, they go against each other, and kids like to see that, and kids like to see the teachers play at the Wizards games too. So
Pretty funny. Well, we won't have to worry about the light, so it doesn't have to be White House Field either. It could be behind the community center.
Or the one by Brooks Playground.
Oh, yeah.
That,
Mhm.
Near the
that's, like,
gazebo?
fenced in. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
That's like fenced in.
Yeah.
Balls can't get anywhere.
What? Let me look at my calendar. Hold on.
What about even though like the little league field by the high school, the one that's like right on the right there?
Mhm.
Radio.
Yeah.
Radio Field. Yeah.
They'll be using that though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
For Little League.
Yeah.
Little League.
On a Friday night. Yeah, probably.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they might be using Brooks too,
That's
for the,
older, like Babe Ruth. And
yep.
May
The one in
19th would be
Chatham,
the.
I don't think they use that one anymore. I'm
not
not
for
sure.
Little
Well-
League
Yeah,
And-
because it's gotten so much smaller.
yeah, the community center one there, it's
Yeah.
kind of all, yeah.
Yeah, I think that one's available.
But maybe since we did it at White House last
Yeah,
year, maybe we
Sharon?
could do it at Veterans.
She's totally in.
I mean, then the first responders are literally right there.
Yeah.
Just roll down the hill.
All right. Well, let's talk about it at our next meeting.
Okay.
I
I
do
did-
like having the first response. I think it's
It's
an
nice.
important community thing for
Yeah,
them
and they
to.
really liked it, they thought it was so good to like have interactions where it's positive and
Mm-hmm.
We just have to
Yeah.
tell them all to stop being
Well, I think if, as Jeff said, if we
hyper.
don't have it versus but combined,
Combined, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
then that gets rid of that problem.
But you still want to tell people, well, I don't know, maybe I'm coddling too much, but you just don't want the outs to be 1, 2, 3. It should be people should be allowed to kind of get on
Yeah.
base a little bit. So.
But if we made teams, then there would only be like 10 on a team, and so then everybody could have a
oh,
kick.
that's true. That's
You
true.
know,
Yeah.
and then we could move on or something.
yeah.
We could make different rules.
Okay.
I did talk to the Youngs. Well, I talked to Amy, and she seems on board. I think that December's just crazy, so I'll just keep
I haven't
reminding.
even seen her. Just, I mean,
Oh, I
both
met
of her
her.
kids
I
and
met-
herself have had the flu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's
I
this
haven't-
for?
I saw her in.
For another member on our committee.
Oh, great.
I was
And I talked to her about doing kind of what Jeff and Becky did that first year, where it was like you were both on, I don't, so one of you was like the real member and then the other was the alternate or something. So I said maybe Amy and James could do that.
Do you know who the head of the Harwich Elementary School PTO is? PTA? Who, can you send me their information?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because a lot of those folks have kids that are like almost into middle school, so
They're very young.
they're very young. Yeah.
This,
Oh, this
this-
group. Okay.
yeah, this go around.
Is there a
has-
PTO at the middle school?
No.
No. So,
What were you saying, Annalise? You met Amy?
I met her. She came to Cape Roots during the Christmas stroll, and she was like, "Oh, I know your mom," and I was like, "Oh, okay." She was like, "Me and my husband are talking about joining the youth committee."
See?
Oh, all right. I'll put another bug in her ear.
Yeah. Becky and I'll just keep reminding her. It's been a whirlwind over at our
Maybe
school
wait
with the
till
flu.
after
Yeah, 80 kids or whatever?
Every day.
wow.
80 kids a day.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Last
there's
week it
still
was like 50.
So many teachers and students out.
Yeah, and then we had our Christmas concert on Friday, so we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun.
I skipped that one.
As did
I
I.
know. I didn't even go. I always go every year to the Christmas, and I was even with a mask. I didn't want to go this year
I didn't go either. I was like, I'm staying home.
because I hate doing teletherapy,
Oh.
and so do the kids.
Yes,
So, yeah.
they do.
Well,
Right. All right.
So will you talk to Sharon about veterans?
Yes,
Okay.
I will.
But I don't think it would be horrible if we had 2 socials or 2 events in the spring. Do some sort of project adventure something and a kickball
Oh, yeah,
tournament,
of
right?
course,
We could
yeah.
do
no,
more
I
than
think
one.
We should do two.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yes.
So
So.
I'll email Kathy and I'll put your name on it too. So then maybe she can loop both of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
So would our next meeting be the 15th of January? That is the third Monday? Oh, I mean the 16th?
The 16th is Martin Luther King Day.
Ah.
So, I mean,
Do you want to have it on the 17th? That's what we've done before.
Can we get this though?
I'll call.
You know what I mean? Since we've been reserved for the Mondays.
I know.
So, how about, let me get 2 different dates from you guys. I'll check on the
Okay.
17th.
If we did the 17th, that would give us, last minute planning for the social, which would be nice.
and Holly might be able to join us.
Yeah, and
Right.
and the 18th.
And the 18th, I'll
Yeah.
check on both those dates.
When's school committee? Thursdays?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Call Ellen.
Anything else?
No.
I move to
Text Holly.
adjourn. Oh yeah, Tully. I move to adjourn.
Oh,
I second?
I don't think you're allowed to second.
you
it.
can't
Okay.
second,
Oh, I can't. Oh, somebody else.
but Becky can.
I did.
Yep.
Before you cut me off.
Then you say all in favor.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.
At 6:08 p.m.
We're efficient, aren't we? Many blessings on you all for the holiday season.
You too.
My kids are like,